In this video, I'm going to teach you how to fold Ghost Bat, which is one of the best flapping paper airplanes in the world. It is at least in contention for that title because not only does it flap convincingly, it actually glides very well too. And it's really not that hard to fold. If you are watching this video, I believe you are capable of making this plane. And if you support me on patreon.com/foldableflight, you can download and print off a template to fold a plane that looks like this. And these bat templates are some of my absolute favorites. I think this one turned out awesome. And finally, if you enjoy this plane and you want to learn how to fold 15 of my favorite paper airplanes that I've ever designed, consider getting my book. There is a link in the description. And with that, let's get folding. All you will need in order to fold this plane is a sheet of 8.5 by 11 inch paper or A4 paper, and we're going to begin by folding this edge here to this edge over here. Once you do that, go ahead and open your paper up and fold your top edge to the bottom, but just make a pinch crease. So you're not creasing all the way across. You're just making a little reference like this. So now you can fold your top edge to that reference point you just made, like this, and this time you will crease all the way across. Open that up and fold your top edge to that crease. And this time you're also creasing all the way across. Okay, so your paper should look like this. We will flip it over. And now we're doing kind of a tricky thing. We're gathering this top crease between our thumb and forefinger. We're going to pull it to this crease here. So I kind of start folding, I pull that down, and once I have that lined up, this edge with the crease behind it, I just kind of start the crease, and then I can use that as a guide for folding this whole layer down like that and creasing all the way across. So if I open that up, you'll see we've got 3 horizontal creases, and we're actually folding the paper down on that center one, the middle one of the 3. Okay. So now we're going to fold the top edge here into the center. And you'll leave just a little gap here between your edge and the center crease, a tiny little gap. It's not crucial, but it helps. And then you'll fold the other side to match. And we'll fold the top point down to the bottom point. Make sure you land it on your center crease and try to control these layers so they don't slide too much as you fold this down. And then fold this point back up to the top point, landing it on the center. And your paper should look like this. Now we're actually going to unfold that and fold this up even farther and land this crease here on the top edge. So it will look like that. So that crease you land right along that edge on either side. And now we'll go ahead and flip our paper over. And let me go ahead and do this step and I'll explain exactly what I did. Okay, so I started my crease a couple millimeters, about 1/4 inch maybe, from the center crease here. And you want it to go right through where this layer catches. You see that layer intersects here. Those are your 2 reference points. You're folding from right there, through that, and on out to the outer edge. And once you do that, you can fold your other side to match. You could literally fold your plane in half here and make them match, but I'm just kind of eyeballing it, making my gap the same on either side there. And then folding right through that point and continuing my crease all the way to the outer edge. And now you're going to fold, you've got this edge here, you're going to fold this layer right over that edge, just like that, and continue that crease all the way to the back edge. Do the same thing on this side. And now we're going to fold fins, and we want the fins on the outer edges here to run parallel to that crease we just made. So I'm just estimating the size here. Something about like that is good. And the crease I make, I want, again, to run parallel to that crease there. And once I do one side, I do like to fold the plane in half and use this as a guide. I book match it like that, and I fold this other side to match. Just like that, so my fins are the same size. And now I'll unfold it back to that position. You can see what we have. I'll flip it over. And now I'm going to fold this down. And again, we're doing something where I want to land this crease on that crease there, making a crease that runs right between them. So I just kind of pull that up and find that crease on this layer, line it up with the layer behind it. Same thing over here. And I crease just like this. And then I'm actually going to get these layers out of the way for a moment, folding up just like that. And I'm going to rotate it into this position. So we've got this folded up on the crease closest to us as far as it'll go. And we're going to look at these layers now. So the crease I make is going to start at this corner, and I'm pulling this layer toward me. You're probably going to want to apply a little bit of tension to this to keep your paper from curving, and kind of work on this section here so your paper doesn't tear, and start pulling it like that. And we're going to land this edge. We've got an intersection of two creases, this crease here and that crease there. That's where I land this edge, and it goes right through those references. Now this reference isn't that crucial, so if yours lands in a different point, not a big deal, but it should look something like that. And then we just fold the other side to match. Make sure you work on kind of curving these layers over here. That's kind of a finicky area of the design, and pulling in towards the center can give you enough tension to get this crease to be pretty straight. So something like that is pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and now we're just reversing those creases that we just made and tucking this layer behind. Same idea on the other side. Just like that. And now we're just focused on this section here. So I'm going to fold this down. And again, we've got these 3 horizontal creases. I'm looking at the middle one there, and I'm folding my top point to that point right there. And then I'm going to fold from this point here to right where the layer catches over here. We'll do the same thing on this side. So your plane should look like that. And now I'll go ahead and unfold those for a moment. And I'm folding on the layer, or this edge closest to me, this crease closest to me. And I'll flip the paper back into this position. And I'm going to fold the point down on that crease I just made. And you can see I can fold in on that, but I don't want this layer to land on top of the layer behind it. I actually want to pull just enough and tuck that in behind. So this center section stays on top and that goes behind. And I'll do the same thing on this side here, just kind of opening this up, folding on the crease I have and tucking that in behind. And sandwiching all those layers like that locks it all together really, really nicely. So now we're just folding it in half. And you can feel at the front where the layers transition from being really thick to a little bit thinner right there. And you're going to fold from that point straight back so it's parallel to your bottom edge. Kind of curl your layers, they're thick at the front. And then land this edge on that edge at the back to make sure your crease is parallel to the bottom edge. And once you do one side, just flip it over and fold your other side to match. Just like that. And then we just need to open it up and set our wing angles. So you want your center section to go up, your outer section to point just slightly down, and then these fins you can have point like that, or even straight towards the ground. You may or may not need to give this plane any up elevator, but if you find that your plane isn't flapping that well, you can bend the back edges up just a little bit. That is called giving it up elevator. That can help it flap. Also, if it doesn't flap that well, you can bend the center crease back and forth a number of times, and that will increase its tendency to flap. But I wouldn't start that way. Give it a test throw before you make any modifications. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and good luck flying your plane. Thank you so much to all of our patrons for supporting this channel and making videos like this one possible. If you join the Foldable Fleet, you'll get to watch each of our monthly live streams, and you can become the pilot of your favorite paper airplane. Your name will appear beside it when I thank each of our patrons like this at the end of each of our videos. So head over to patreon.com/foldableflight and join the Foldable Fleet today.